Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. All right, now that Halloween's over, it's time to start getting ready for Christmas. Now, I'm not actually going to put anything out. That's going to be a couple weeks away, but there's a few things I can do, like I did with Halloween, to get set up beforehand, so that when it does come time to put it all up, it's a lot easier to do so. And one of the things I've tried to do with my Halloween and my Christmas decorations is try and mix it up and change it a little bit every year, add something to it if I can. And this year, I decided a couple months ago on what I wanted to do. It was actually something I'd looked at a couple years ago, and well, let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the addition to my Christmas display this year. I saw these about 2 years ago at a Home Depot, actually way up on the shelf, and I said, oh man, those are awesome. And I wanted to get one, but it just didn't work out that year. And then the next year, it didn't have it in the store, and they don't have it again in the store. But I said, you know what? That was such a cool thing. I bet you it's just a matter of they don't want to keep them in stock. So I bet you if I looked on the website, I bet you I could find them. And I did. I had them shipped here, and they've actually been sitting on my in my living room now for about 2 weeks, because that's when they came. And today I want to put them together, see what they look like, and I also want to look at something else. And that other thing is this. This is something I found at Home Depot, kind of in the Christmas section. Oh, I don't know, last year or the year before, and thought, oh, this is kind of cool. It allows you to do some kind of basic light shows with your LEDs. And I bought one, but I've never used it. And I think what I want to do is I want to plug these things into it, and we'll turn the combination of these really beautiful trees and some sort of a little light show that comes with it. So that's the other part of that. But the first thing I got to do is put the trees together and make sure they're going to work. And one of the things we're going to have to figure out is, are they even going to fit in here? Because they're 8 feet tall and the ceiling's about 8 feet tall. So I don't know. We may actually have to move into another part of the house if they're bigger than I expect. All right, I got one of them put together. I think it looks pretty amazing. Yeah, can you imagine how awesome that's going to look in front of the house? Let alone two of those, maybe two of those doing some little light show kind of thing. I don't know, we'll see. But let's put the other one together. All right, I got them both put together now and lit up, and I gotta say, they look amazing. I really like how much light these things are throwing around. Right now, I've got every light in the house turned off, and basically the only source of light is coming from outside here. But you know, you can see how much light these are gonna throw. So this is gonna really light up the section of the yard that I'm gonna put these in, because I got one section that's kind of under the trees on one side of the yard, and there's a lot of lights kind of by the porch there that will light that up. But the whole front of the yard, there are no trees or anything there, and so this will fill in that area real well. Now, let's go play with that remote control computer light sequence thing, because I'm very curious about that. All right, so I plugged this thing in. It really is just a plug and play right out of the box. It's this little, you just plug this little box here into your outlet. It has 4 electrical outlets on it. You just plug whatever you want into the different outlets. You're limited to about 60 watts per plug. But you know, if you have even a very elaborate LED system like this, you know, this is probably pulling a third that. So it's got the solid mode that you can play, and I like the fact that there's like different little patterns you can do too. I kind of wish I had 4 of these trees, because this thing would be awesome, because there's 4 outputs on the box. It'd be nice to have 4 of these and kind of see the whole thing. But let me run through like the patterns they have. So that one's kind of cool. It's just kind of off and then kind of fades back on. And so you can do that if you want. This one's more flash on and off than the other one was. That was more fade on, fade off. And see, obviously this would be running through all 4 of them. So these 2 and then the other 2 would be blinking if I had that. And so that's what that would be doing. Instead of a random thing here. I think this is really cool. I was actually really surprised when I saw it did the fades and stuff like that. I guess I figured that that was a possibility, but I didn't think the thing would go that severe, that hardcore into it. Now this is see more of a random thing here, which is kind of cool. There is kind of a pattern to it if you watch it. And I bet you if you, like I said, once again, I bet you if you watched all four of them go off, they'd look really amazing. I thought these were kind of cool too. See, I like this one a lot. That might be the one that I end up doing, besides the one that's on solid or something like that. Because, yeah, that's really pretty. That's another pattern. Might do that too, because I like the fact that it's on most of the time and just powers off briefly. And that one I think is just, I know they've got one that's at the end of the sequence that just kind of runs through every one of the sequences, but this must be, no, this must be this must be the demo mode then. Because it'll do that for a few seconds, then it'll move on to the next pattern. See, it's changed right there. Now it's on and off slower. And that just turns it off. And of course, I think this one just leaves it on. So you have all sorts of choices kind of with this cool little remote that comes with it. And of course, you can control everything down here by this little device. This isn't really, really sophisticated, but it does some kind of cool stuff. So I got that at Home Depot. Check that out if you think something like that might be cool. What I'm actually thinking I might do is use the other two outputs for the Christmas lights on my house. And so not only will these trees in the front yard be doing their thing, the lights on the house will be going on and off too, and I think that'll look cool. And I can program it in, I think, so the icicle lights are on one circuit and the multicolored lights are on the other. So I think there's a lot of potential with this thing. I think this is really cool. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about this little controller thing here, and I think this is going to look really great in the front yard for Christmas this year. So anyway, like I said, we're getting ready for Christmas here, and it won't be long until this stuff starts going up. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.